Hello and welcome to another video. This is the Bathtub. We've got a new video for you here. This game is called Valand or Valand perhaps. I'll just give you a quick read through of what Steam says about it. Valand is a Viking Age city builder. With your own strength, you have to rebuild the whole settlement and bring it to prosperity. This is a new release game. It's still in early access. But it's still in the beta version of everything, so it's not complete. So we can't expect too much, of course. The game's options are so limited. I won't even bother showing you that they don't even have a screen resolution setting. It's just basic sound effects, volume control, pretty much, and whether or not you want the graphics in low to ultra. Yeah, nothing more to be said about that. This game, I thought, might be borrowing some elements of Valheim, which I played and is a fantastic game. Obviously, the Viking similarities and the fact is Valand or Valheim, of course, the similarity there. But this is more of a city builder than an adventure game with monsters and things like that. So I thought, yeah, why not? It is, however, absolutely hideous. I've given it an hour and I've just decided enough is enough. You start off in a relatively small area with literally no help, which is fine. You know, I don't mind trying to find my own way in games. That's not a problem. But you are instructed to build a resident, fine, and a sawmill, equally fine. You don't know how to go about doing these things, but again, you find your way. So I built a resident, built a sawmill, and I'm thinking, well, okay, now what do I do? Nothing else came up, so I'm just thinking about it. You know, is this guy that I built, this resident, is he going to go and work at my sawmill? So I then find that I can't actually select the resident I build. I have to drag a box around him using my left mouse button and select him that way, which is highly unusual to pick a single entity from the map. But anyway, okay, we carry on, we proceed. Now what do I do? How do I assign him to this building? There's no way that the mouse cursor doesn't change as you hover over different things. There's no information that pops up, so I'm just hazarding a guess. Okay, I'll right click on the area where I actually want to build the sawmill first. Maybe I skipped a step there, but you put the foundations down for a sawmill. So you right click on the foundations, the resident comes and builds it. Great, excellent, I built my sawmill. Now what? Okay. Same thing, right click, assign to the sawmill. Also, I think. So he goes and chops a tree down, comes back, chops a log up, and he just stops and stands there. Just does nothing. Okay, so we'll right click again. Off he goes, does the same thing again. And this time he's got automation. He goes back and forth and back and forth. And then he just stops again. And I'm thinking, what the hell are you doing? And as soon as you try and get him to do something with his piece of wood he's cut down, and you right click on the sawmill to get him to try and do something with it, he loses his piece of wood and he goes off and cuts some more wood down from a tree and so on. The whole thing is broken. You have to, I mean, I don't even know what you're supposed to do. There's nothing here that explains anything. It's absolutely crazy. So I try and get around this. I'm thinking, like, I've only been playing this 10, 15 minutes, so I go and build a couple more residents. And I'm just thinking, well, what do I do with these? And you've got various buildings you can build and things like housing and barracks and hunting lodges and stuff. And they all cost a currency that's never explained to you. It just looks like a silver disc, and you gain this from the chopping of the wood from the trees. You gain this currency that no one explains at all. So then you eventually build a couple more buildings, and you're like, okay, this is fantastic. Now what? And you can't interact with these buildings. You can't click on the buildings. You can't see what they're producing. You can't configure them. You can do nothing, and there's no explanation. I'm getting really frustrated at this point, quite frankly. Um, what do you do? What do you do? I mean, there's only so much that you can teach yourself, up to the point of thinking, well, what am I actually supposed to be doing here? And when the things that you do work out don't actually work, i.e., the sawmill thing, no one goes off and works on their own. They do, they don't. It's inconsistent at best. You build things and you can't delete them. There's no demolish tool. Absolutely nothing. The residents have no specific skill sets. There's nothing to go with in this game. It's not a game. It's not finished. It's nothing. Absolutely nothing. And I'm not prepared to go any further than the hour I spent on it. I'm just literally doing nothing for the sake of doing nothing. There are other sort of areas on the map with other sort of tribes or something, and I suppose you're supposed to go and interact with them or attack them, but who the hell knows? I can't even get past building a basic town. The loading of the game takes bloody ages as well. If you want to check your settings, not that there are many anyway, as soon as you click that settings button, whoa, you've lost your game, you're back out to the main menu, you can't get back to it. No, you've got to start again. Of course, naturally. It's a mess. I've tried, and I would like to think that I'm okay with these sort of games. I've played them before. I'm not that stupid. Arguably, I'm not the best at them, but this is ridiculous. It's broken. No intuitive element to it at all. Nothing's explained to you. Why build anything? You don't know what they do. It's ridiculous. There are maybe one or two redeeming features, despite the scathing criticism of this. It looks okay when you zoom in. I can see what kind of effect they're going for. It looks decent. It's kind of got that unique cartoony indie element to it, but that's not enough to save it, unfortunately. The music's pretty good too. Really, really good music, actually. Apart from that, I mean, I'm not buying an album here. I'm buying a video game. I might go and buy the soundtrack though, actually, saying that. It's really good. Doesn't redeem it though, as I say, but all the same, they are the positives. I don't think I've uninstalled and refunded a game as swiftly as this. Just steer the hell clear. It's not complete. Sorry to sound so negative on a Monday evening or whenever you're watching this. Very disappointing. Well, thanks for watching. You'll have to excuse the rant somewhat, but we'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.